Ronnie O'Sullivan on being the best in the world, why he can play until he is 55, and his next trick. Ronnie O'Sullivan is usually his own harshest critic. But the tortured king of snooker seems less tormented nowadays, with the pursuit of perfection not as painful as it was. It is refreshing to hear O'Sullivan, 43, who is normally quicker to praise his contemporaries, speak about those moments when he is at the top of his game. It's fantastic. There is no better feeling, he says. I feel like I have an answer for anything that my opponent might bring to the table, whether that's good safety, or good break building, or good putting. I just know that they have to continue doing what they're good at to a very high level for a very long time to have a chance to beat me. And they might beat me. But I'll be coming for you the next week. And I'll be coming for you the week after. So keep bringing your A game. At the end of their career most players will say, well, I didn't really get the better of Ronnie. And that's all you can do as a sportsman. At 17, O'Sullivan saw off Stephen Hendry to win the 1993 UK Championship, thanks to sublime talent and an infectious personality, and has dominated snooker for more than 25 years. I've had to play different eras and players. Some players will come along for 5 years and everyone will be saying, oh, they're going to be great. And then I'll have to deal with them. And then it will be another batch and then I'd have 5 years of them. And then another batch of players. Because they can't sustain it. They can't sustain it for 25 years. I don't think there's any pro who has ever played in my era who can honestly say that they got the better of me, really, he says nonchalantly between sips of lemon and ginger tea. So how has he done it? You have to reinvent yourself sometimes, he continues. You have to look round and say, there are players out there doing stuff better than I am. I want to try to get that into my game. O'Sullivan, who watched and learned as heroes such as Jimmy White, Steve Davis and Hendry became opponents, had a close eye on Mark Williams last year. Aged 43, the Welshman won his third world championship in May, 15 years after his last Crucible victory. Williams credited Steve Feeney's sight right stable with advances in his game and this was not lost on O'Sullivan, who joined the program in July. I noticed Mark had got more compact and that was a consequence of changing his alignment, says O'Sullivan. I was always interested in someone who can compact everything that they can do. When I'm playing my best I feel compact and tight so I thought I would give it a go. I knew I needed to do something. I didn't want to carry on playing as I was last season. It was like learning a new language. He gave me solidness, if you like. I'm not a better player. I don't believe you can improve as a player. I think once you get to 21, 22 you're as good as you're ever going to be. I'm just a different type of player. More consistent, if you like. Probably won't have as many moments of brilliance because I won't need to. I'll just be solid, which is okay for me. O'Sullivan credits Ray Reardon with improving his safety game, and his union with psychiatrist Steve Peters helped challenge his mental demons. Away from the table, nutritionist Rhiannon Lambert changed his attitude to food, and artist Damien Hirst is a regular in his dressing room. I'm lucky, I've got some good friends, he says. And some great people who have become friends. My friends are people who want nothing from me, even with Steve Peters. He wants nothing from me other than to see me do well. I kind of gravitate to those people and keep them in my life. I'm lucky to have them around. The wild nights out are long gone in favor of quiet nights in. O'Sullivan, who has written 3 fiction books and has his own cookery book published in May, is reading about Genghis Khan and is a Netflix aficionado. He still runs. I can do a park run, 3 miles, in about 20 minutes, which is alright, though it ain't great, but O'Sullivan, nimble of body and inquisitive of mind, is looking for new pastimes. I'm going to go into karting, he says. I've got my first testing after the Masters. They do 4 5-hour races. 3 drivers. You do the pole position, all that sort of thing. You start at 8 in the morning and finish at 5 at night. So I thought, yeah, that'll do me. Once a month, something like that. I want to start Nordic skiing as well. cross-country skiing. I've always fancied that because it's like running. I've got that running background. It doesn't look like there's much skill involved. I'm always looking for something to do. O'Sullivan won the UK Championship last month, becoming the first player to win 19 Triple Crown events, overtaking Hendry in the process. With the Masters, a tournament he has won 7 times with 3 victories in the past 5 years, starting on Sunday, O'Sullivan faces 2015 world champion Stuart Bingham in the first round on Monday. How has he been preparing? I don't actually prepare for one tournament in a certain way. I just kind of play, he says. I'm a bit like a boxer who is fit all year round. I wouldn't be like a Ricky Hatton where I finish a fight and then don't go near a gym for 2 months. I'd be back in the gym, training. That's how I live my life as a snooker player. O'Sullivan will be analyzing his competitors for Eurosport during the competition. He provides sharp insight and has learned a thing or two. I've had to commentate on 9 frames in a match, he says. Wow. So you get to see a different game when you're commentating from when you're playing. And although he believes that his form over the past 6 or 7 years has been something near his best, how long can he go on? Whatever sport or business you're in, you're always looking around at your competitors, he says. Is anyone doing anything better than you and can you learn from them? I don't really see anybody tearing it up, really. It's kind of giving me a little more belief that I can play a bit longer than I thought I could. I think 50 would be the minimum. Competing and still winning tournaments. Unless some really good players come up through the ranks, I could maybe go on until 55. So who knows? I'm never satisfied. I just want to be as good as I can be, if that makes sense. The Masters starts on Sunday until January 20th at Alexandra Palace in London and is live on BBC 2 and Eurosport 2.